Hello, welcome back to the channel. Going to do a bit of a macro run through of the current state of play of the economic data, and then look at a few charts and give you a few of my thoughts on where things stand. So we've got the initial jobless claims coming through. Otherwise, this week is pretty benign for macro data. Next week's big one though. We've got GDP coming out. Employment cost index, PCE, inflation, and the interest rate decision. So next week, look out for a lot of volatility. And this is the CME FedWatch tool. Things right now are still sitting at no cut in July. The Fed doesn't like to surprise the market, so this is basically a forecast of what's going to happen now, as far as I'm aware. So yeah, no cut in July, 50% chance in September, but obviously it's going to be data dependent and also influenced by Trump and his attacks on Powell. It's an interesting time at the moment with basically the whole of the federal government attacking the Federal Reserve because they want interest rates down. And I don't think now's the right time personally. The inflation data this is the Cleveland Fed Nowcast. They're forecasting a slight increase, but what came out this month, in June, CPI data, first signs of the trade tariff inflation coming out, is starting to impact the inflation data, but it's minor. So fingers crossed we don't see a huge ramp up, and that may give the Fed the opportunity to cut come September. This is, if you're not aware, Truflation is a bit more of a live update of the true inflation index based on the historical basket, a bit more accurate, some feel, than the current measure. Obviously there was a quick ramp up in July from 1.67 up to 2%, but it seems to have ticked down again, although very minor. So yeah, not showing up in the inflation data as of yet, so keep an eye out. The Atlanta Fed data still forecasting at 2.5% growth, GDP growth, which is strong, non-recessionary growth. So here's the 10-2 yield curve, looking much better than it did. The inversion is gone, and things are steady. Unemployment rate is remaining fairly steady. It's at 4.1% at the moment. No acceleration as of yet, so watch the space. Is the overnight reverse repo levels. So currently sitting at 196 billion as of yesterday. Just thought worth having a brief discussion about this, because something that I've got. Oh, sorry, I didn't realise you can't see it right there, can you? If I move my head across, and there you go. That's 196,374. So yeah, there's something I've been watching especially with regard to risk assets. The Treasury General Account, they aim to fill it from up to 600 to 850 billion by September. Currently it's on 319 billion, and the majority of the current refill is coming from the overnight reverse repo. Once this drains to zero, the majority of liquidity will then be coming directly from banks, which will have a significant impact on market liquidity, as far as I'm aware. I could be completely wrong about this, but given seasonality and the usual cycle and how things time out, this is just something I'm watching. Things have definitely slowed down, while the major indices are on all-time highs. Bitcoin is stuttering around 118, 119 levels. And yeah, I'm just going to keep an eye out and make sure as we go into August, we're not caught off guard with liquidity drain from this potential event going on here. So this is the earnings whispers calendar for the week. We got today after close Tesla, Alphabet, IBM, QuantumScope. Not heard of that one. I have to check out the charts on that. And then fairly big week this week. Tomorrow there's Intel, Newmont, Nokia, Nasdaq's coming out. Some pretty major names there. So it's been a fairly volatile week so far. But yeah, interesting to watch. So thought I'd just run through some of the major charts at the moment. Gold, I just had a nice trade on. Caught this run down here. It's currently sitting around all-time highs. Obviously because of the tariff threats, I guess, and whatnot. So yeah, I'm not sure how long this is going to stay up here. It's an interesting one. Obviously the 1st of August deadline's looming, so once that is passed, either gold's going to go for another leg up or it's going to collapse down, all depending on how the trade deals pan out and all the rest of it. So yeah, watch the space. S&P had a nice little run up this morning. Nasdaq is definitely lagging. Interestingly, the COT data is showing that Nasdaq commercials are short Nasdaq. So definitely something I'm watching. It seems that there's a bit of a rotation going on with the AI trade at the moment, where obviously it's all been about the tech and Nasdaq up until now, and it seems as though the Russell is the one now leading when people are now looking to the future and where the infrastructure, the utilities, and all the rest of it's going to be coming from. So that's my feeling at the moment. So we'll see how Nasdaq goes. That'll be a bit of an unusual situation to have the Nasdaq underperforming against all these other indices, but stranger things have happened. And here we've got the classic Raoul Pal Bitcoin 12-week lead global M2 chart. You can see that we are currently sitting at all-time highs on global M2, and Bitcoin is following nicely at the moment. Yeah, hopefully this continues. Long may it last. This is quite an interesting chart. MVRV, always worth looking at just when you're trying to call the tops, because it tends to spike because the market value versus realized value, it's basically just the amount of profit on chain versus what people paid for it. And yeah, obviously when we get to these extreme levels, this tends to be peaks in the market, as you can see here. And here back in 2014, 2011. So interesting. This value seems to time the market, and I'll be watching this closely and reporting back to you. And just harking back to what I said earlier, just about the kind of August lulls. Historically, August, September is always a bad month for Bitcoin. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled. That's about all I wanted to cover today. Just thought good to run through these things on the regular. I'll keep you posted on any updates as they come along, and hopefully do this on a Monday just to set us up for the week, so we're all aware of what to look out for and nothing catches us off guard. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, tell me what you're watching in the comments, and look forward to catching you in the next one. Cheers.